Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something I believe is the single most important ingredient in extraordinary leadership. It's not charisma, it's not intelligence, it's not even experience, it's passion. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Passion, that sounds nice, but is it really important? My answer is absolutely yes. Passion is what separates ordinary achievers from those who accomplish truly great things. Think about the leaders you admire most, the ones who've changed industries, transformed organizations, or inspired movements. What do they have in common? They burn with passion for what they do. That fire in their soul is what makes the impossible possible. Today, we're going to explore four fundamental truths about passion and what it can do for you as a leader. By the end of this video, you'll understand why passion isn't just a nice to have quality. It's the fuel that drives extraordinary achievement. Let's start with the first truth. Passion is the first step to achievement. Here's what I want you to understand. Your desire determines your destiny. Anyone who lives beyond an ordinary life has great desire. This isn't just motivational talk. This is a fundamental principle that applies to every field you can think of. Weak desire brings weak results. Just as a small fire creates little heat, think about it. When you approach something half heartedly, when your desire is lukewarm, what kind of results do you get? Mediocre ones. But the stronger your fire, the greater the desire, and the greater the potential. This is true whether you're building a business, leading a team, creating art, or pursuing any significant goal. I've seen this principle play out countless times in my own leadership journey. The projects that I was truly passionate about, where I had that burning desire to succeed, those were the ones that achieved breakthrough results. Meanwhile, the initiatives I pursued out of obligation or without real fire behind them never reached their full potential. So here's my challenge to you. Look at what you're working on right now. What's your level of desire? Is it a small fire or a raging inferno driving forward with unstoppable momentum? Remember, your level of achievement will rarely exceed your level of desire. If you want greater results, you need to cultivate greater passion. That's the first step to any significant achievement. Passion increases your willpower. There's no substitute for passion. Passion is fuel for the will. If you want anything badly enough, you can find the willpower to achieve it. Think about the times in your life when you're pushed through incredible obstacles, when you've worked longer, tried harder, and persevered when everyone else would have quit. What drove you? It wasn't discipline alone. It wasn't just determination. It was passion. The only way to have that kind of desire, that kind of willpower, is to develop passion. Willpower is like a muscle, and passion is what makes that muscle grow stronger. Let me give you a practical example. Leaders are trying to transform their organizations. One sees it as just another job responsibility, something they have to do. The other is passionate about the mission, deeply connected to the purpose, fired up about the possibilities. Who do you think will have more willpower when things get tough? Who's going to push through the inevitable resistance, the setbacks, the moments when everything seems impossible? The passionate leader every single time. When you're passionate about something, you don't need to be constantly motivated by external forces. The fire burns from within. You wake up ready to tackle challenges because you're driven by something deeper than obligation or duty. If you find yourself struggling with willpower, constantly battling to stay motivated, the solution isn't just more discipline, it's finding or rekindling your passion because passion is the ultimate fuel for your will. The third truth about passion is this: passion changes you. Here's what I've learned. If you follow your passion instead of others' perceptions, you can't help becoming more dedicated, productive person. And that increases your ability to impact others. When you're passionate about something, it fundamentally changes you. You become more focused, dedicated, creative in finding solutions, and more resilient when facing obstacles. But you have to follow your passion, not others' perceptions of what you should be doing. Too many leaders make the mistake of chasing goals that look good to other people, but don't ignite any fire in their own hearts. When you lead from passion rather than perception, something amazing happens. Stop being driven by external validation and start being pulled forward by internal conviction. That changes everything about how you show up as a leader. Think about it this way. In the end, your passion will have more influence than your personality. People might be initially attracted to your charisma or your charm, but what sustains influence over time is the depth of conviction that comes from genuine passion. I've seen leaders with average personalities accomplish extraordinary things because their passion was contagious. Their teams didn't follow them because they were the smoothest talkers or the most naturally gifted. They followed them because the leader's passion ignited them. So here's what I want you to consider. Are you leading from passion or from perception? Are you pursuing what truly fires you up or what you think you're supposed to pursue? Because the difference will determine not just your success, but the person you become along the way. Now we come to the fourth and final truth. Passion makes the impossible possible. This is where passion shows its ultimate power. Listen carefully. Human beings are made that whenever anything fires the soul, possibilities vanish. A fire in the heart lifts everything in your life. Think about the greatest achievements in human history: landing on the moon, breaking the 4 minute mile, creating technologies that seem like science fiction. What makes these impossible things possible? It wasn't just skill or resources, it was passionate leaders who refused to accept impossibility. Here's a truth that might challenge some conventional wisdom. A leader with great passion and few skills always outperforms a leader with great skills and no passion. Passion drives learning. Passion fuels persistence. Passion inspires innovation. When you're truly passionate about something, you'll acquire whatever skills you need. You'll find ways around obstacles that would stop someone with more talent but less fire. I've watched this play out again and again in leadership. The most technically skilled person doesn't always win. The person with the most impressive resume doesn't always succeed. It's the person with the most passion, the deepest commitment, the strongest fire. That's who breaks through barriers and accomplishes what others call impossible. So when you're facing something that seems impossible in your leadership, in your organization, or in your life, ask yourself, is my passion strong enough? With enough passion, you'll find a way. Without it, even the easiest path will seem too difficult. That's why passionate leaders are so effective. They make their teams believe that the impossible is just a challenge waiting to be conquered. And that belief, fueled by the leader's genuine passion, becomes a self fulfilling prophecy. So let's bring this all together. We've explored the powerful truths about passion and leadership. Passion is the first step to achievement. Your desires determine your destiny. Second, passion increases your willpower. It's the fuel that makes you go when everyone else quits. Third, passion changes you. It transforms you into a more dedicated, productive person with greater influence. And passion makes the impossible possible. It's the quality that separates great leaders from merely good ones. Now, here's your challenge, and I'm giving this to you because I believe you're capable of more than you might realize right now. Find or rekindle your passion today. Increase your intensity for success. If the fire has dimmed, if you're going through the motions without the spark, it's time to ratchet it back up. Passion isn't something you either have or don't have. It's something you can cultivate, develop, and strengthen. Start by reconnecting with your why. Why does your work matter? Why does it serve? What difference are you trying to make? When you get clear on these deeper purposes, passion naturally follows. Remember, nothing can take the place of passion in a leader's life. Not talent, not resources, not connections. Passion is the irreplaceable ingredient that makes everything else work. So go out there and lead with passion. Let your fire inspire others. Make the impossible possible. And if you found value in this video, subscribe, hit the like button, and share with another leader who needs to hear this message today. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep leading with passion and keep making a difference. God bless you.